Let's come standing at the front of our yoga mats. Paying attention to your standing posture. The big toes a little bit together, the heels slightly apart. Making yourself tall from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Becoming aware of your breath in the belly and in the chest. Slowly picking up the pace of the breathing app. Inhaling for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 4. Inhale, ribs expand, chest slightly comes up. Exhale, everything sinks down. Deeply inhale. Exhale. Making yourself tall when you inhale. Exhale, rolling the shoulders to the back. Inhale. And exhale, preparing yourself for Sun Salutation A. Inhale, raising the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, slightly up halfway. Exhale, come to plank position, go down in Chaturanga. Elbows are in. Inhale, opening the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1. Staying here for 5 breaths. 2. Placing the heels towards the yoga mat. Raising the sitting bones up towards the sky. 3. 4. Last breath. Bending the knees, looking forward in between your hands. Inhaling, stepping forward, looking towards the horizon. Exhale, looking at your knees. Relax your head. Inhale, come all the way up, looking in between your thumbs. Exhale to standing position. Second time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward, looking to the knees. Inhaling, looking to the horizon. Exhale, step or jump back to Chaturanga. Elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1. 2. Whenever you feel out of breath, placing your knees to the floor, coming back to a child's pose. 3. Looking in between your feet to the back side of the yoga mats. 4. Last breath. And 5. Looking forward, bend the knees. Inhale, step or jump forward. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, engage your core. Come all the way up. Exhale, arms alongside your ribs. Inhaling up again. Exhale, folding forward with a straight back. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step or jump back to plank or down in Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1. 2. Elongating the whole back side of your body. 3. Pushing your armpits to the floor. Spreading your fingers wide on your yoga mat. 4. Last breath. Bending the knees, looking forward. Inhale, step or jump forward in between your hands. Lift the chest. Exhale, folding down. Inhale all the way up. Stay here. Exhale, arms go down. Preparing for Sun Salutation B. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pivot your left heel in the floor, step your right foot forwards. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, down, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, lifting the chest, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, left foot forward. Inhale, up, warrior one. Exhale, down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. 5 breaths here. 2, making sure you breathe naturally. 3, 4, last breath. And 5, preparing yourself to come to a standing position at the front of your yoga mat. Inhaling, stepping your feet forward, lifting the chest. Exhale, looking to your knees. Coming back to chair pose. Inhale, bending the knees. And exhale, come to a standing position. 2 more times. Inhale, chair pose. Raise the arms overhead. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, open the front of your body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pivoting your left heel in the floor, stepping your right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, coming down, chaturanga. Inhaling, opening the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, coming down again to the floor. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. 1. 2. Keeping your eyes focused on one spot in between your feet or closing the eyes. 3. Focus on your breath. 4. And 5. Bending the knees. Step or jump forward. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, folding down. Inhale for chair pose. And exhale. Last time, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, open. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And deeply exhale. 4. 5. Bending the knees, looking forward. Step or jump in between your hands. Lifts. Exhale, down. Last chair pose. Inhale. And exhale, come to a standing position. Step or jump your feet hip width apart. Inhale, lengthening the chest and spine. Exhale, folding forward. Grabbing your toes with your peace fingers. Inhale and looking to the horizon. And exhale, folding all the way down. Elbows come to the outside. 2. 3. Your crown is sinking down towards the floor. 4. And 5. Stretching the whole back side of the body. Inhaling halfway up. Either repeat the same position or place the whole hands underneath your feet. 1. 2. Weight of your feet is a little bit at the front of the feet. 3. Pressing the toes inside the palms of the hands, massaging your hands. 4. And 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, placing your hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up with a straight back. And exhale, arms alongside your body. Stepping your right foot out to the back side of the yoga mat. Placing your feet in opposite directions, looking at the back side of your yoga mat. Inhale, arms horizontally to the floor. Exhale, reaching out with your right hand forward for Trikonasana. Inhaling, looking inside your upper hand. Exhale. 1. Make sure you have enough grip on your yoga mat, spreading the toes, ripping your yoga mat apart with your feet. 2. 3. 4. Stretching your arms away from each other. And 5. Looking down, inhaling, coming up, moving to the other side, looking at the front of the yoga mat. Inhaling, reaching your left arm forward. And exhale for Trikonasana, tilting from the hips. 1. Inhaling, looking up. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Looking down again. Inhaling all the way up, coming to the other side, to the back side of the yoga mat for a twisted Trikonasana. Inhale your left arm forward, reach out. And exhale, place your hand on the outside of the ankle or on the outside of the foot. Inhaling all the way up, looking your upper hand. 1. Try to make one straight line from your tailbone to the crown of the head. 2. Twisting. 3. In every exhale, you try to put the shoulders more above each other. 4. Reaching out. And 5. Looking down. Inhale, come all the way up. Come to the other side. Reaching your right arm forward when you inhale, lengthening. And exhale, place your hand again on the outside of your foot or your ankle. Inhale all the way up with your other arm. 1. Lifting the chest and twist. 2. Try to pivot your small toe, the back of the yoga mat. 4. One last breath. And exhale down. When you inhale, you can come up and come to stand at the front side of the yoga mat. Again, stepping our right foot to the back side of the yoga mat. Big step back. Bending your front knee. For an extended triangle pose, you can place your elbow on your knee or your hand on the outside of your front foot. Lengthening the left arm up in one straight line with your left leg. 1. 2. Open the chest towards the sky. 3. Equally distributing the weight over both feet. Strong legs. 4. Last breath. And 5. Look down, then come up and come to the other side. Bending the left knee. Arm overhead. 1. Try to push the shoulders away from the ears. Elongate the neck. 2. And choose your focus points. 3. 4. Observe your breath. And 5. Looking down. Inhaling up. Come to the other side of the yoga mat again. Bending the knee for a twist. Placing your left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Placing your hands on top of each other. And pressing your hands to each other. Looking up over the right shoulder to the ceiling. 1. 2. 3. Keep pressing your left elbow to the right knee, lifting the chest. 4. One last deep breath. And 5. Looking down, inhaling all the way up to the other side of the yoga mat. Bending the left knee, right elbow on the outside of the knee. 1. Inhale deeply, lifting the crown away from the tailbone. 2. Lengthening on each inhalation. And try to twist a little bit deeper when you exhale. 3. 4. And 5. Looking down, inhaling, coming up, and come to stand at the front side of the yoga mat again. Stepping your right foot to the back side. This time, toes are pointing forward to the long side of the yoga mat. Big toes are a little bit in, heels slightly apart. Placing your hands on your hips. Inhale, elongate the spine. And exhale, folding forward, placing your hands underneath your shoulders. Fingers are pointing forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, placing the crown of your head towards the yoga mat. 1. Elbows are coming a little bit in. 2. Feeling the stretch on the back side of the legs. 3. Engaging your core. Forward. Every exhale, your crown sinks a little bit more to the floor. And 5, inhale halfway up, placing your hands on your hips. Exhale there, engaging your core. Come all the way up with a straight back. And exhale, arms alongside your body. Inhale, arms horizontally to the floor. Exhale, interlace your hands on your back. Inhale, lifting the chest, shoulder blades together. Exhale, folding forwards. 1. Letting your hands sink down to the floor. 2. Releasing stress and tension from the neck and the shoulders. 3. 4, the weight at the front side of the feet. And 5, preparing yourself to come all the way up when you inhale. And exhale, release the hands. Come to stand at the front of this yoga mat. And exhale here. Preparing yourself for some balancing poses. We first place the weight on the left foot, spreading the toes of the left foot. Inhaling your right knee up, you can hold the knee at the front or on the inside. 1, your left hand on your left hip. 2, tucking the tailbone a little bit in, elongating the spine from the tailbone towards the crown. 3, sucking the navel in. 4. And 5. Then place the sole of your foot on the inside of the left leg, either underneath the knee or above the knee. 1, you can also place it on your ankle for tree pose. 2, if you wish, you can place the hands in front of your heart. And if you are fully stable, raise the arms overhead. 2 last breaths. One last deep breath here. And exhale, slowly come down, placing both feet together on the floor. Bringing your weight of your feet to your right foot. Spreading toes. Inhale, lifting the left knee up. Hold it there. Right hand on your hip. 1. Try to find your balance by focusing your eyes on one spot. 2. Observing your breath and engaging your core. 3. 4. And 5. Now keep the knee up and place the sole of your feet on the inside of the right leg. 1. Keep the crown lifted, chest opened. 2. Either place your hands in front of your heart or raise them all the way above your head. 3. And if you fall out, no worries, just try again. Try to find your focus. 4. One last breath. And 5. Coming all the way out. Placing your hands alongside your body. Preparing yourself for sun salutation A. Inhaling, raising the arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhaling, looking to the horizon. Exhale, step or jump back to Chaturanga. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. Stretching the spine, the back of the legs. One last breath. Bending the knees, looking forward in between your hands. Step or jump forward. Inhale. And exhale, looking to the knees. Preparing for chair pose. Inhaling, come to sit down on your imaginary chair, lifting the arms. 1. Feet can touch each other, knees can touch each other. Engaging the inside of the legs. 2. See if you can sink down a little deeper on your chair. 3. Stretching the arms. Looking in between your hands. 4. One last breath. And 5. You can fold forward. Look to the knees again. Inhaling halfway up. Look to the horizon. Exhale, step or jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping your right foot forward, pivoting your left heel in the floor for Warrior 1. 1. The right knee is above the right heel. Hips are pointing forward. Shoulders above the hips. 2. Lengthening the arms up. And exhale, sinking down a little bit deeper in the hips. 3. 4. Inhale. And exhale. Doing the same pose on the other side. Inhale, straighten both legs and come to the back side of the yoga mat. Your right heel is in approximately 45 degrees and your left toes are pointing forward. 2. Looking in between your hands. 3. Feeling proud and strong like a warrior. 4. And 5. Now we stay here, but we open to a warrior 2, placing your arms horizontally to the floor. 1. Opening the hips. Try to push your left knee to the outside, so a little bit towards the little toe of the front foot. 3. Placing the shoulder blades together, chest opened, elongate the neck. 4. One last breath. 5. Coming over the heels to the other side, to the front of the yoga mat. Feet pointed in opposite directions. 1. Focus is on the front, middle finger. 2. 3. Keeping the arms horizontally to the floor. 4. And 5. Placing your hands to the front side of the yoga mat and come back to a plank down in Chaturanga. You can use the knees if you wish. Inhaling for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here, stretching the whole spine. Release the head and the neck. Observe the breath. And then Slowly placing your knees on the floor, coming to a child's pose to rest. Placing your forehead to the floor. And if it feels nice for your shoulders, place your arms alongside your body. Gradually release the rhythm of the breathing app to let your natural breath flow back, slowing down the pace for the yin part of the class. Releasing every muscle in your body, letting your shoulders sink down, feeling a nice and natural stretch on your lower back, the knees, the whole legs, upper legs, and the ankles. Maybe still feeling your heart beat, the chest laying on your upper legs. Feeling slowly the heartbeat and the breath are coming down. And then placing your hips to one side so you can come to a seated position. For caterpillar pose, you can place the legs in a straight position in front of you. And making this a yin variation on the forward fold that we usually do in Ashtanga. So instead of flexing the feet towards us, completely release the feet. But make sure you are sitting high on your sitting bones. So if it's easier for you to sit on a little pillow, you can place something underneath the hips. We're going to fold forward, stretching the back side of the legs, the lower back. You can slowly come forward, releasing your head and your neck. So release every muscle in your body, including the face, softening your lips, your cheeks, the eyes and the forehead. And if it feels nice, you can place the palms of the hands towards the sky. So you also release the hands fully, not making any effort to come deeper, or to push your limits. Just come to a standstill, embracing the silence. So by releasing the muscles, we have the opportunity to stretch the deeper layers in our body, which is called fascia or bindweefsel. And the fascia is the glue which holds the whole body together. It envelops our bones, muscles, and organs. And our blood vessels and nerves are held in place due to the structure and support of this fascia. And for a very long time, Western researchers or Western medicine ignored fascia and considered it merely as filling for the body. little consequence. But now we realize that fascia is actually very important for our overall health, for our ability to move, and the proper functioning of our internal communication system. It's officially a new organ now in Western medicine. But the Chinese and the Indians already knew that for thousands of years ago. And that has formed the basis of their medicine structure, medicine system, yoga philosophy, and traditional Chinese medicine. For example, acupuncture. Staying here for 1.5 minutes more. Basically doing nothing, which is sometimes much harder than doing something. See if you can melt in doing nothing and observe the breath, the natural flow of the breath, observing your thoughts passing by without engaging in them, just letting them flow by like clouds in the sky. Last few breaths here. And then very gently pushing yourself up, using your hands for support. Come to a seated position with the back straight. And feeling the after effects for a few breaths here. You can keep your eyes closed. Maybe feeling energy flowing on the back side of the body. Observing your breath. Keeping the left leg where it is and placing the right sole of your foot on the inside of the left leg. A little bit above the knee area, letting your right knee flow out, sink down to the floor. Maybe placing a pillow underneath it if it sticks out. And then you can sink down again, folding forward towards the straight leg with the foot again relaxed. Maybe your palms of the hands facing up. Feeling this nice opening in the right hip area and the right side of the spine. All the way to the neck. And again, a deeper stretch in the left hamstring. And with every breath, we make space in the body. Maybe you can feel that happening on a very subtle level. Let your body expands slightly on every in-breath. And every out-breath, we have an opportunity to let go of tension, stuck energy, of our tendencies to hold on. See if you can let go. Bowing your head towards the heart. Being humble. And just receiving here. There's no need to do anything. Just to receive. Hydrating our body from the inside. And in a sense, making it younger, more flexible and healthy. Because the energy can flow more freely. For 1.5 minutes more. Being fully aware of the last breaths here. Using your hands to come out of the pose. Coming to a very gentle twist to the right side. Elongating the spine, pressing the sitting bones down, raise the crown of the head, and then turn to the right. So placing your left hand on the outside of the right knee and the other hand behind you. For a few breaths, we try to make more length in the whole spine. And when you breathe out, try to twist a little bit deeper. You can keep your eyes closed, your attention inward to preserve this yin energy. Maybe you can imagine breathing along the spine, an upward movement when you inhale, and a down movement when you exhale. Letting energy flow. Two more breaths. Gently coming back to the middle, to the center, to the middle. And you can switch your legs. And observe what you need on the other side. Maybe again, a pillow or folded blanket underneath the left knee. Or maybe under the right knee if you have tight hamstrings. And gradually walk the hands forward. Come to a forward fold. Again, releasing your head. Relaxing the hands and arms alongside your straightened leg. Again, stretching the deeper layers, the deeper tissues in our body, releasing all the muscles. And there are actually 3 things that we do physically to the tissues of our body when we practice yoga. We sometimes compress the tissues, or in this case we stretch, and we twist like we just did. And the results of these 3 stresses are called compression, tension, and shear. So in back bends, for example, we compress the facets of the vertebrae into each other, which is very healthy for the bones. And in forward bends like this, we stretch the fascia and the muscles, and we stress the ligaments along the back of the spine. And in twists, we provide a shearing force between the vertebrae and the ribs, which both compresses and stretches the tissues between the ribs. And this, for example, helps us to get more lung capacity. The more flexible the tissues are around the ribs, the more easy it is to fully breathe in the air and expand the lungs when we inhale. You can all compare that with an old sponge. So through twisting, elongating, and compressing the tissues, our bodies become rejuvenated. So we actually hydrate the body from within, making it younger from within. In the same way that an old sponge can be resurrected by soaking it into warm water. So before we put it in the water, it's completely stiff. And when we soak it in the water, we can twist it and squeeze it and stretch it out. And all the old, grungy particles trapped in the tissues of the sponge are released and carried away by the warm water. So similarly, our tissues are massaged, releasing toxins and waste products. And even old scar tissue can be broken down and removed in this way. And we only get this effect to rejuvenate the body from within if we hold these poses for a longer period of time. So we stay here for one last minute, trying to be still, embracing the silence from within. Now gently help yourself to come up, letting the legs stay here for one moment to come to a twist. Try to elongate the spine and the neck again. And placing your right hand on the outside of the left knee, your left hand to the back. Inhaling, lengthening. And exhaling, twisting the whole spine. You can keep your eyes closed. Focus on your breath. And every out breath, try to twist a little deeper. Two more breaths. Then you can come to the center again, releasing the left leg. And for the next pose, we need some pillows, and maybe if you have a yoga block or some books, you can grab your books and place them next to you. Make sure you also have a soft blanket or a pillow nearby. And first we're gonna lay down on our backs. So remove the pillow and lay on your back. And then the idea is to put a pile of books underneath the hips with the soft blanket or pillow on top of it. So make sure the pile is not too high. You can lift the hips up by pressing your feet into the floor and then place them so roughly underneath the tailbone. Compressing the lower back, the lower vertebrae into each other. Feeling if this is comfortable for you. You can maybe walk the feet a little bit away from you, or maybe even straighten them out all the way, depending on the flexibility of your lower spine. Placing the palms of your hands up towards the sky. And closing the eyes to bring your attention inward. And try to listen to what your body tells you. It's very important in yin yoga, but in general to be gentle to yourself. So whenever you feel pain, try to adjust the pose, because we're going to stay here again for a few minutes. Feeling the opening in the groins, the inner thighs, when we let the feet drop out. Also having a chance here to let the breath sink down lower in the lower belly, expanding the belly on every in-breath, and relaxing the belly when we breathe out. This is a beneficial pose when we have a starting hernia or herniated disc in the lower back, the lower spine. To compress the vertebrae a little bit again towards each other, so they neutralize. Again, this is a pose where we can fully receive, because there's nothing to do here, no effort to make, No limits to push, just to receive. And how does that feel? Is it something that comes naturally to you? Or something that you maybe need to learn? To sit back and just receive. Staying here for 1.5 minutes more. Observe yourself. Observe where your attention is at this moment. How does your body feel? How does your breath feel? Slowly preparing yourself to come out of this pose by walking the feet towards you, as close to you as possible, and then lifting the hips, putting away the pile of books, place them to the side, and then place your lower back on the floor and your knees towards your chest to round the spine, massaging your lower back by making small circles with the knees. And also in between the poses, staying here, staying aware of your body and your breath. So for the last pose, we are going to make an inversion, and it's very comfortable to use the wall in this pose. So you can come up, come to a seated position, and if you want, you can place your yoga mat with a small edge towards the wall. And then you can come to a seated position at the edge of your yoga mat with one hip towards the wall. So it doesn't really matter if it's on the left or on the right side, but you come to sit a little bit in front of the yoga mat, because in a moment we are going to fall back and lift our feet up. So come to sit a little bit forward, and then you can come to a laying down position and let your legs come up to the sky. So now you are lying in the middle, in the center of the yoga mat. And you can still keep walking your upper body a little bit towards the wall. So your hips are close to the wall. You can keep your knees slightly bent and let the heels of the feet rest down or rest on the wall. Palms of your hands faced up. And again, letting your lower belly relax, your lower spine sink down in the floor. Letting the whole weight of your body sink down in the floor. Feeling the support of the floor underneath your head. Relaxing all the muscles again in the face. And we turn the body upside down to relax even deeper. The heart gets a little break because it doesn't have to work as hard when there is an opposite of gravity. So it naturally signals our nerve system that it's time to let go. It activates the parasympathetic nerve system, which helps us to restore and regenerate all the organs, to detoxify the body and prepare us for rest. See if you can stay here for a few minutes. Maybe feeling sensations in your feet. The blood is flowing down. Staying aware of all the sensations in your body. Observing your natural breath. Maybe feeling the breath is slowing down as well as the heartbeat. I'm also feeling the after effects of this whole class. The yang and yin energies we have stimulated and the balance we created. The space we created in the whole body and mind. For one last minute here. Now gently bend the knees, placing your feet flat on the wall and coming to the left side to a fetus position, to lay on your left side. Taking a few breaths here. After inversions, it's important not to come up too quickly. It's best to lay horizontally on the floor for a few more minutes. So gently come to lie on your back and really give yourself also the time here to restore and regenerate. So we come to Shavasana, maybe placing a blanket on top of you. Letting the arms and the legs come out to the sides as wide as the yoga mat. letting the whole weight of your body sink into the floor. Staying here as long as you wish. I hope you enjoyed this class. Namaste.